This is the right time and the best time for you to get this. You have made a decision to forfeit a mission for another. It's your choice. You've decided to abort the mission of going to school, writing exams, and dealing with all forms of syllabus for a mission of becoming an entrepreneur, a one-man business, a one-man brand. It's good, it's promising. It's got all what you need. It's got the time, it's got the money. But it's a constant reminder for you. There is no template in the outside world. Any world outside the traditional system, there is no template for you. And here's what I mean. I was speaking to a friend of mine in London, a student. She was complaining to me about the syllabus, the assignment she's got to do as a student, and other stuff like that. And I told her something. I said, does she know, and I'm speaking to you now, do you know that being a student, the reading and the writing is way more simpler than choosing to build a one-man brand? It's so simple than deciding to build a following online. Do you know that going to school, doing the assignments, the whatever test you've got to cope with, whatever things you've got to read, no matter how long it is, do you know it's way more simpler than being a one-man business? Because you've decided to take a different path. You need to be reminded that whatever energy you had in you that made you make such decision from forfeiting that mission into this new one you're embarking on right now doesn't have to die. It doesn't have to reduce. Because if the energy reduces, you're going to end up losing home and away, because you've decided not to go to school. You've not decided to stop learning, of course, but you've decided to stay out of the walls of the classroom. And that's your decision. It's not bad anyways. That's the truth. But I want you to know it's not going to be as simple as you think it is. Now, let me tell you something. When we talk about the templates I'm talking about, if you go to school in a classroom, fine. What do you do in a high school? You read and write. And one thing is very certain. If you read every topic you're given to read in class, if you do every assessment you're given to do in class, if you follow up with every explanation you've been explained to in class, you've been given to in class, you're going to pass. That is certain. You're going to pass. You're never going to fail. Right? If you do that all through the classes you're going to pass through, all through the phases and stages of the traditional system, 4 classes of the wall in your classroom, and guess what? You're going to graduate. You're going to have a good point, a good grade, and you're going to get a good job. Now, that's the truth. Do you know whatever I've just listed now is not outside of the school walls? If you choose right now to build a following online, because that's the latest trend, you want to have a following, and of course, you're not just having it for fun. You're going to be valuable enough to have a following. You want to have a following, you want to build a community because you have a long-term mission for it, and that's your point of view. It's good for you. Do you know that there's no template for doing that? There's no, okay, this is what you have to do before you get this. This is what you have to do before you get this. You need to be willing to try as many times as you must do, because if you fail along the line, no one's going to know how much you tried, but it's going to be a burden to you. Why? You forfeited the first mission. You've now lost home and away, and that's the point of the video. Make sure you don't lose home and away. The real world, the outside world, has got no templates for you. There is no thing like this is what you need to do to attain success. When we talk about sales and marketing, I'm going to touch all forms of digital skills right now. If you talk about sales and marketing, becoming a sales marketer, you understand the old money in that stuff. I know guys do the old digital skills thing. You understand the money you make if you're good at sales and marketing. But nobody tells you, or there is no guideline, there's no book that tells you that this is the amount of times you must fail before you succeed. There's nothing like that in the history of digital skills. If you're going to become a copywriter, you need to read books, you need to learn how to write, you need to build a lot of things within you before you become a good copywriter and begin to sell out your digital skill. No one is going to tell you the amount of books you must read before you become good. No one is going to tell you the amount of times you must write. So you must be willing to do the work, because it is promised and it's going to give you what you want. But you must get this straight. There is no template outside the walls of the classroom. If you stay in the classroom, it's good for you. You're going to get the good grades if you're going to get the good grades if you stay in the classroom, you read all the textbook, do all the projects done, you're going to get the good grades and you're going to pass. You're going to graduate with the full points or whatever, and that's good for you. Anything outside of that, you decide to do something better with your life. There is no template, and that's why you must be strong enough. You must remain indefatigable enough. You must stay persistent on this mission, because it's what? A mission that must be done. It's a mission that must be smashed. Else, you're going to fail home and away. And guess what? No one is going to know how much you tried anyways. So this is just only a constant reminder for you to boost that same energy you had within your mind. Because we've now got so many guys out there right now who has forfeited the mission of going to school fine. And they've started a new mission because they knew it was promising. You had the initial potential not until you started it. And now you've started it, you've seen the ups and downs. And unfortunately, you can go back into the past one because you now have a different mindset. But guess what? You can't put in the work. You're not strong enough to stay firm. Get this straight. You can't break through till you're tough enough. In this journey, you would not know how to improve if you don't start. So you don't have to wait for the best time. You decided to abort the mission of going to school. That's good for you. That was your decision. Because you know out there it is promising, but you don't know the work and the labor force is demanded of you to get it done. But now you do. If you don't start, you don't know how to improve. Always get into action. No matter how hard it's going to take. No excuses. Because excuses is going to be your biggest and fastest way. Your fastest lane to fail. If you stay on the lane of excuses outside there. Because if you make excuses today, if you make excuses tomorrow, trust me, the time is counting and time is ticking. And guess what? Nobody cares out there because the world is full of competition. It's no longer a game out there. It's a war. Not only you're going to pay the price if you fail. You're putting yourself, your loved ones in your bloodline. Get it done. It must be done. During the process of the trials and errors, I want you to get one thing straight. When it comes to failing, don't see failure like a setback. Let me tell you what I see failure like. And what I mean by failure anyways is when you get something out there, let me talk about when you're trying to build the skills that's demanded of you. During the process, whatever ups and downs you're having, don't see it as a setback. That's the process of the game. That's what the game is about. That's the process. Get it done that way. Because failing, well, we start from F, the one F, you're only finding out. If you look at this system is only for people who have dreams bigger than them. Dreams way more bigger than them. So, when we talk about F, the word F, for failing, you're only finding out. You don't know the labor work, the labor force demanded. You don't know enough. So you're just trying out. And you didn't get what the first time. So what do? You get it done the second time. Yeah. So you're finding out. And guess what? The more you keep digging out, you get it done. That's how it works. So you're finding out. That's not failing. Because why? And A, it can be attainable. You're finding out the treasure that what? Not everyone sees. Because if everyone sees it anyway, it's not going to be valuable. And you can see it. So what? It's attainable to you. No matter how big it is, you're going to smash it. And guess what? When you fail, it makes you independent. Have you failed before? I have failed before. It makes me aggressive. It makes me wicked. Of course, not physically wicked, you get what I mean? But the point is, it brings out the man in me. And I look outside and see everyone. I'm like, how can I just be at the top? And guess what? I'm going to do everything to get to the top. It's my place. I'm going to fight for it. And that's the point. F, you're finding out. A, you must attain it because it's yours. It makes you independent. And guess what? You're not being a loser doing this. You're not being a loser failing. You're being a what? A fucking legend. Because if you don't fail, you are just as someone who never tried anyways. And if you're scared of failing, you're just as someone who's got no what? Mission. You've got the mission, so you shouldn't be scared of failing. And if you're trying, because you didn't stop. If you stop, then trust me, success is just as far. It's just as far away from you. It's so far and you can't see either. Get it done. Don't lose home and away. It's just going to be you and you alone. Make sure you don't lose home and away because you've started this new mission and trust me, there's no way going back. There's no turning point. There is no turning point. It's just going to be you and you alone.